Understanding the Bible Radio, Ron Saxton here. Want to thank you guys for stopping in, joining me for another live study. Going through live study, okay? It's not a sermon. This is live study on screen, showing you the true definitions of Scripture by the Hebrew and Greek. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. Okay? You gotta know it. No tithing, no seed sowing, no money, no donations, no super chat, none of that here. We do not make merchandise of God or of you, period. None. Working on 1,200 studies. We're going through the Book of Ruth today. Book of Ruth. I want you to chime in with your comments, chime in with your chat. Share it, like it, is totally up to you. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, totally up to you. Some people don't understand. You need a little motivation? No problem. You can get it right here when we study Scripture live on screen. Here it comes.
This is in-depth study of the Christ, the propitiation,
That's
the
it.
begotten Son, the Lord, the Judge, the Ruler, the Standard,
The Savior,
the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach,
the life,
the One,
the way,
the truth,
He
Jesus
is the
Christ.
one. Yes, He
Here
is.
on Understanding the Bible
Yeah.
Radio, on-screen study, Facebook Live,
Here it comes.
YouTube Live, on-screen, undeniable facts of Scripture.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just excited. Yeah. You can deny it. You can deny it if you want to, but it's undeniable ultimately, because once you get up there, you will not be able to deny. That's right. You're going to have to submit and confess. He is the true, the only declared by the Father. He is Lord. That's right. Of His creation. He's the one. All right, so we're going to get into it. We got Helena on the line. Helena is with us to discuss Ruth. Now, there's 4 chapters, so I'm going to just hit it all in one shot. Now, if you can't stick around, that's okay. Jump off. Do what you got to do. Click something else. Get your entertainment bug fixed. You know, they got our minds fixed with bugs to have to click for entertainment to get that mental thrill. But if you can make it through, we're going all the way through. We're going all the way through. So do that, but it'll always be here for you to come back and continue later or whatever have you. All right, so let's get it. All right, so let's see here. Ruth is where we're going. 4 chapters. We've already been through the first 6 full books. They are on the YouTube here. They're on the the channel. They're there. Okay, I know I got to set up a playlist for judges. I'm going to do it today. I promise you. All right, I'm going to keep going through because I am learning so much stuff that has never been taught and told me about the Hebrew Israelites, however they want to put it, the tribes of Jacob, whatever, 12 tribes, whatever, God's chosen people, whatever. Okay, I'm learning so much, and it doesn't look good for them. I'm telling you, it just doesn't look good. I'm sorry. It's in there. All right, so we got Book of Ruth. I'm going into chapter 1, starting at verse 1. We're going all the way through. So let's see what it says and see what we can find. If you want me to stop and look up a certain word or something, just tell me that word in verse whatever, and I'll do it. But post your comments, because I am going to get to the comments as I go through, okay? Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled. Okay, that's what we just read, the book of Judges previously. That there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, I want to say Elimelech, okay? And the name of his wife, Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons, I want to say Mahlon and Chilion. Ephrathites. 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 Okay, that's the first time I saw that. I
Why don't
think
you just look them up?
Ephrathites. I can do that too. I can do that too. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of you. I can do
Strong's H673. Ephrathi.
it. Ephrathi.
Ephrathi.
See, that's much better.
Ephrathites, though, in our language, I'm sure it would be Ephrathites. Ashiness, fruitfulness. Nobody's claiming to be of the ashiness of the Ephrathite. An inhabitant or descendant of Ephraim. Okay, because I've been reading about Ephraim in the previous books. And an inhabitant of, look, Bethlehem. Bethlehem. So they were inhabitants of Bethlehem, basically. There you go. Okay? And they show up in Judges first, right there. That's where I've been looking at right there. So there you go. And even, you know, and Helena, even if I get the enunciation, you already know, and I already know that I'm not going to pronounce it right the next time I say it, because I'm not Hebrew. I don't speak the language.
That's all right. We still want to hear it,
You know what I'm
correctly.
saying? Yeah, right. Bethlehem, Judah, okay? Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And see, I'm doing it again. Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died. Okay, he died. And she was left with her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah. I'm going to say not Oprah. Okay, Orpah. Okay, and the name of the other, Ruth. Okay, so now we enter Ruth here. And they dwelled there about 10 years. Now I'm going to look up Ruth because we need to get to, this is a book of Ruth. So we're going to get some background on her.
Strong's H7327. Ruth. Ruth.
Ruth means friendship. That's what it says in the outline here. Daughter-in-law of Naomi, wife of Boaz. Everybody wants a Boaz. Okay, so Boaz must, well, let's see. And the grandmother of David, because he hasn't mentioned Boaz yet. But let's see here. Proper name, there you go, see friendship, Moabites. She's a Moabite, a centress of David. Oh, okay. Let's keep going. We got some background. Okay. And Mahlon, I want to say, Mahlon, and Chilion died also. Okay, so she's no longer married. Her husband just died. Both of them, and the women was left of her 2 sons and her husband. So all 3 women are there now. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law that she might return from the country of Moab. For she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord, okay, had visited his people in giving them bread. That would be the manna, okay, in the wilderness. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. Okay. And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, Go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. The Lord grant you that you may find rest, each of you, in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them and lifted up their voice and wept. And they lifted up their voice and wept, okay? And they said unto her, Surely we will return with thee unto thy people. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Wow, there'd be some young husbands, wouldn't they? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons. Would ye tarry for them until they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, and Ruth clave unto her. And she said, Behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God shall be my God. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, girl. That's what I'm talking about, Ruth. Get it. Where thou diest, will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So they two went until they came to Bethlehem. Okay. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them, and they said, Is this Naomi? And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty hath dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and the Lord hath brought me home again empty. Why then call me Naomi, seeing the Lord hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me? So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest. That is the end of chapter 1. Post comments. I'm ready. I'm listening. Helena, what you got? What do you have, Helena?
Not anything not nothing that pops out. It's just very plain and simple.
Yep. I agree. Just thought you might have had something. All right. We're getting ready for chapter 2. Wait a
minute. I think it was verse 16. Hold on, let me see.
Okay. Verse 16. Let me go back.
Let me go to it. Entreat me not to leave thee, or return from the home. This sounds so familiar right here. For where thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be mine. This sounds like something that was said by a prophet in the Old Covenant. Not the exact words, but...
Okay. Well, prophet would have to be Hebrew.
I mean, but... Well, okay, but I what I do see here, though, with these two verses...
Okay.
Just like Ruth saw that she noticed that, not Ruth, Naomi saw that Ruth was steadfast in heart. Now, this is what God sees in people. You know how you say the strength of soul?
Yeah.
This is what he sees. She had that, and she ended up becoming the mother or the generation of Christ, that lineage. I'm talking about the lineage.
Right.
David, that whole lineage there. So she, and then the odd thing was, she was not a Hebrew originally. She was a Moabitess.
Moabitess, yeah.
And she had strength of soul. Now that says a lot. It says a lot because it makes me think about the Jews. It makes me think about the Jews versus the Gentiles, and the different times when Jesus was healing, how faith came. A lot of the faith came from the Gentiles versus the Jews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just kind of reminds me of that. So that was it. That was the only thing that kind of stood out, was her strength of soul there.
Yep, because she knew. It says, then she arose with her 2 daughters-in-law that she might return from the country of Moab. That's where they were, where Ruth is from too. For she had heard, in the country of Moab, how that the Lord, see that? That's the deal. That's where she gets that from. Good deal. She gets that steadfastness. Well, I heard that their God. See, back then it was a big spiritual deal. It was a big, my God is stronger. My God does this. My God does that. What does your gods do? You know, that kind of deal back then amongst this land of people. So that's
but
something
at least
that.
I feel like at least she had enough sense to understand that, okay, well, if I'm hearing this about their God is the strongest. You know, well,
yeah, because my God never gave me no bread.
God, you know,
my God never gave me no bread, so maybe I need to go and check this thing out, because they getting bread over there. I ain't getting no bread. So that's something right there. That says a whole lot about that God. So let's go on into chapter 2, see what we can get. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth. Oh, now I'm starting to see why we want Boaz. I'm starting to understand why these women run around, and back in my religious days, all the women, Boaz, I want my Boaz. Man of wealth. What does this mean in the Hebrew? I know in America it means money, but let's see what this means in Hebrew.
Strong's H2428. Chayil.
Strength, might, efficiency, wealth, army, strength, ability, efficiency, wealth, force, and army. Okay, those are our main definitions and our sub-definitions there. Here's the Brown drivers. Here's the Strong's for people. Probably a force. Probably. That's what you get. Probably. And from the Strong's Concordance, a force, whether of men, means, or other resources, an army, wealth, virtue, valor, strength, able, activity, army, band of men, soldiers, company, great forces, goods. That's American. Hosts, might, power, riches, American. Strength, strong, substance, train, valiant, valor, virtuous, and virtuously. Men now, okay? War, worthily. It makes sense.
So basically, he was a man he had a very good job.
He got it together. He's handling his business.
He had it all. He had it going on.
And women, the women of today and the women in America want this.
Property, businesses, he had it all.
Well, he got it going on, and we got to make sure, women have to make sure that their mindset is right when dealing with a man like that, because he's on his business, he's on his thing, he's on handling what he needs to handle and getting it done and delegating, and he's strong. So it's not for you to come and try to weaken him up to switch him over to do what you want to do. So you done got all this.
I would disagree. I understand that going through scripture, learning this, that a man that has that strength of soul in that way, that's wealthy, is not going to look for a woman other than a Ruth for him.
Right.
Because he's being influenced by God. He's been influenced by the Father.
Right. We ain't trying to change what he got going on. We're trying to help what he has going on. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the women out there that want to get it and then just, well, I married you now. We married.
Yeah.
I was all good. I was a Ruth. I was a Ruth.
Fortunately, you'll be able to see that kind of woman or that kind of man coming.
Right.
You'll be able to see people.
Hopefully.
People that are influenced in that way by God, they can see it.
Hopefully.
I mean, you can say, you can't say hopefully, but you can see it. You know the difference between a woman coming to you for this and that, or she just want to get with you, versus a woman versus that woman that you see God working in that has what God is leading to you.
Very possible.
There's a big difference.
But yeah, I can understand that. But we got a lot of chameleons out here that act like a Ruth. As soon as when you get married, or about a year or two later, all it starts to change. Then start to change things up on you. You know, why are you switching it up now? Why are you changing? Or months right after. Are you in months?
No, I disagree.
I'm going to do this.
I disagree,
I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to love you. I'm going to be with you. I'm your Ruth. I'm your Ruth. Then as soon as you get married, oh yeah, now I have the power. As soon as she put that ring on, I have the power. No. Help the man. He should be looking for a virtuous woman also. And men out there looking, that's on it. They're on their deal. They're on it, and they're looking for a wife. You're looking for that virtuous. You're looking for the virtuous.
That's how they will get caught up.
That's what you're looking
if they're searching in that way. I understand that a man who gets caught up with women like that, they're rushing.
Yeah,
because
they're anxious.
you will be able to see that fruit in a woman, or even if it's a man, you will be able to see that fruit.
That's true.
God,
That's true.
I mean, God is. He will reveal it to you. He's not gonna let you, who He's influencing, and you're doing His work. He's not going to just let you blindly, go cook up with.
I can agree.
I
can definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he gonna uncover that thing for you.
So that's why we need to be on our purpose, which is first and foremost men. First and foremost, your purpose is to have the Father's purpose, true purpose for the human soul in you. You got to have it going on. If you don't have the Father's true purpose, you're going to definitely be able to go astray, because you don't have His Spirit working in you, increasing you in the knowledge, faith, grace, wisdom of God the Father. So that's the first thing you need to make sure you have, period. That's the first thing believe me, I've been on both sides. Believe me, I know. I'm so glad. That's why He gets all the glory. But anyway, so that's what you need to do. Then you will be able to see, because this can't be faked. Growing in His knowledge and grace and strength and wisdom. You can't fake that. A woman can come along and act like she's all that and act like she's all in God's purpose and all that. She can do all that, but you will see that she is not. If she is not, okay? But if she is, you're going to know it. You're going to know it. Okay, so these Naomi had kinsmen of her husband's. All right, her people, her husband's people. They are a mighty man of wealth of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. Now we got to go to Boaz. Look at the Hebrew, see what we got there.
Strong's H 1162. Boaz.
And we can say that in the English. Let's just jump down here into the lexicon and see what it has to say here. Kinsman of Noe, who married Ruth, so they're gonna get married. We're gonna see it in a minute. All right. Name of the left hand of two pillars set up before the temple. Nope, that's not it. All right, and just seeing what else we got on Boaz. Let's suppose his name of architect or donor. EU or EW, perhaps son of Solomon. Read possibly in strength. Okay. Thinks, this Hebrew term here, a sentence, a word, or being engraved in a pillar. God established in strength. Now there we go. God's got Boaz established. Mm-hmm. See that? God established in strength against him, however. This information here, Kebi Atli thinks an explanation in strength, expressing satisfaction of architect. Okay, so there you go. Just giving you some what's in the lexicon there. I'm just reading it to you. But he's got to be established because we know Naomi married. Naomi's Hebrew. She married, or she's a Moabite, or whatever have you, and she married one of the tribes, one of the people of God. He dies. She goes back to his family's home in Bethlehem here, and they are of God. Okay, They are of the Lord. They are of the 12 tribes. They are descendants. Okay. And Ruth, what were you going to say, Helena? You going to say something. What was you saying?
No, I was saying don't try to pronounce that.
I'm trying. I got to try. Golly. I know my Hebrew is horrible.
No.
I know it, but I'm still going to try. You know I'm going to do it. And Ruth, the Moabitess, said unto Naomi, let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, go, my daughter. We got to set this thing up. He ain't got no wife. I want to be his wife. I'm going to do everything I need. I'm going to get it. You want to look up glean? No problem.
Yes.
We're going to glean. Let's see here. Here's the Hebrew.
Strong's H 3950. Lacat. Lacat.
To pick, gather. Let's see what's going on in our Ruth here. Control F. And then we're going to type in Ruth and get our scriptures. This is specifically glean, absolute. Locally, okay. Plural sense, all right. Female singular, okay, all right. Consecutive, second person, okay. Imperfect, okay. Third person, oh, that's the grammar, all the grammar right there. So it means here goes some more specifically. Glean after the reapers. She's going to reap some, going to gather some, going to get some. Usually absolute Ruth. Okay, all right. So basically, that's what she's going to do. She's going to get some corn. She's going to get some. And she went with Naomi's blessing, of course, and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And her hap, that's what it says, to light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech.
Wasn't that a law? Wasn't that a law for them though? If they had a field, to leave something behind for the poor?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, the Lord be with you. Boaz is now on the scene. Okay. Came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, now the people that are working, the Lord be with you. And they answered him, the Lord bless thee. And said Boaz unto his servant that was set over the reapers, whose damsel is this? Who is this woman? Who is this thing? Who is this fine? Who is this? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, it is the Moabitish damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came and hath continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house. That means she's been working hard. Okay, basically. And then said Boaz unto Ruth, hearest thou not my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Boaz likes that. Yeah. Let thine eyes. Yep. Let thine eyes be on the field, that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they should not touch thee? And when thou art athirst, go unto the vessels and drink of that which the young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face. Now, is women doing this? Is the women doing it? And she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said unto him, why have I found grace in thy eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? I'm not worthy of you. I'm just a stranger. And Boaz answered and said unto her, it hath fully been showed me. Woo! This is that he's on
there
it.
There it is.
It has fully been showed me.
Influence.
All that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother, and the land of that nativity, and art come unto a people which thou knowest not heretofore. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord, God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. Then she said, then she said, let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord. Ain't no, wait a minute. I wanted a Boaz, but I ain't gonna call him Lord. What?
Same thing Sarah said.
He better be calling me some. See, that's the mindset. But look at what Ruth said. For that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid, though I be not like unto one of thine handmaidens. And Boaz said unto her, at mealtime, come thou hither, and eat of the bread, and dip thy morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left. We're going to share some food. We're going to sit down and talk. We're going to have some dinner. Yes. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. And let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not. Don't stop her from doing what she's trying to do. So she gleaned in the field until even, and beat out that she had gleaned. And it was about an ephah of barley. And she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw that she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she had reserved after she was sufficed. And her mother-in-law said unto her, where hast thou gleaned today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, that the man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, blessed be he of the Lord. Well, look at that. She didn't even say, oh girl, you got it going on. She said, blessed be he of the Lord, talking about Boaz, who hath not left his kindness to the living and to the dead. Who hath not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, the man is near kin unto us, one of our next kinsmen. And Ruth and the Moabite said, he said unto me also, thou keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not in any other field. So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz to glean unto the end of barley harvest and of wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. That is the end of chapter 2. I'm looking for comments. Anybody? It's on. You can get to see this in detail. You're looking at it in detail now. Okay? You're looking at this. We got 3 and 4, and we'll be done. This is it. So what happens? Let's see. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said, What? What you got?
Please slow it down.
So what you got?
Now, notice how he noticed her first. She didn't notice him. She wasn't out looking for a man.
No.
She was just trying to, feed herself and her mother-in-law. Now, notice, because I bring this up because you have a lot of women who say, oh, I'm looking for a bowman, but they don't understand the context of this.
No.
The context is Boaz noticed her.
He
saw her.
She noticed him first. Yes, she did. We just read it. Look, chapter 2. Chapter 2. All right. Okay. So Naomi had a kinsman. Okay. Boaz is one of her kinsmen from her husband. all right, side that had died. And Ruth of the Moabites said unto Naomi, let me go now to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. See that? And she said unto her, go, my daughter. So she already knew. She knew him first. She saw him. I did not know him, but she saw him first. Okay? So she got out there. This is what I understand. She wanted to go out there to get it done in his reaping camp, group that he had or whatever that he had going on, because she wanted to be seen by him. Let me show him what I can do.
Okay.
That's basically
Now. Okay. Yes, that was stuff. But Boaz was the one who saw her. She put herself in that position for him to see her. Now, what I'm saying is the context is not me as a woman going to look for a Boaz. I'm not. The Lord didn't put in my spirit to go look. That's what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
She did it the way. She did it the way that she was supposed to do it, according to the
right. To let him decide.
And so when he saw her, the awesome thing about it was she humbled herself. Why are you showing me this grace? I am a stranger among you people.
Yeah.
I'm a stranger.
That's
and you
fine.
showing me all this grace.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because you need to know why this person is interested in you, women and men. But why are you interested in me? Why are you interested in me? You need to sit down and talk long, deep, truthful talks. Don't worry about somebody lying and deceiving you, because a lie, it'll always come back to bite, especially if God's in the picture. A lie always show up. He's like, well, that's okay. She just lied. I know she lied, or he lied. I know they did, but that's okay, because I'm going to let it come back to my servant. I'm going to let it come back to him. It's going to come back. You ain't got to worry about it when you're in his purpose. So yeah, good deal. So yeah, they wanted to talk. Well, come on, we're going to sit down, have something to eat. We're going to discuss some things. We're going to sit down and talk and eat. And I'm going to find out some more about you. See, that's what you need to do. Find out, men. Find out. And women, be forthcoming and find out about him. Okay? Find out about him also. Men, be forthcoming also. I understand this. If you truly want the fullness of marriage in the way God has said it, because I'm looking for marriages that is the 1 Peter 3. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see that or experience it. Okay, so if that's what I'm looking to see and that's what I'm looking for, I need to see it, because I want to see what that's like. Okay, but if you want that fullness of marriage in the way God intended it to be with a man and woman, which you can find in 1 Peter 3, you got to talk. Okay, y'all gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to be open and honest. You're gonna have to talk to each other deeply and keep everybody else out your stuff. That's what you're going to have to do, and share it between each other. Talk. I'm telling you, that's talk.
One of the biggest problems in divorces today is no communication.
Okay. That's it. So for Ruth 3 here. Then Naomi and her mother-in-law said unto her, my daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred with those maidens thou wast? Behold, he winnoweth, that's what it says, winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Okay, you see that King James English is 2 words. Tonight is 2 words. See that? And today is 2 words. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, girl. Get it clean. Smell it up. Get it clean. Put the smell good on, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee. Get dressed for the occasion, and get thee down to the floor. But make not thyself known unto the man until he shall have done eating and drinking. Let him get his nourishment in. Let him get it together, okay? Don't bother him. Don't force it. And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie. Take note of where he's going to be laying. And thou shalt go in and uncover his feet and lay thee down, that he will tell thee what thou shalt do. Okay? Lay at his feet. That's what she's telling her. And she said unto her, all that thou sayest unto me, I will do. And she went down unto the floor and did according to that her mother-in-law bade her. Let him eat. Don't bother him. Don't sit down. Don't even appear to him. Don't do that. Look and see. Wait till he go lay down to go to sleep and whatever have you. Uncover his feet. Be right there. Be right there. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he was full, and that was some good food, good dinner. He went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn, and she came softly. So that means she stepped very carefully over, okay, and uncovered his feet and laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight, in the midnight hour, that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. What the heck is going on? What? Oh. Look at what he says. And he said, who art thou? She answered, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. So it must be dark, and there must not be light in there for him to know who it is. All right. Spread therefore thy skirt over thine handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. Must be some tradition there. Okay. And he said, blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich. Now, okay, so I'm seeing there, as a gentleman, I see that he is saying, because remember, in the last chapter, he said, hey, she's gleaning and reaping with the reapers, right? Let her do that with the young men. See that? So he put her in the position to be with them young, strong, muscular, whatever, fit men, to see if she would go after one of them. She had her eyes on the prize. So evidently, Boaz is not a young man. Okay? He's a man he's over them. So this must be his land, his crop, his workers. They are blessing him. When he comes in, comes and sees them working in the field, they bless him. So he's a man, a full-grown man, okay? He's not no young buck, okay? Okay? Just want to show that, because that's what he shows. That's what he shows he understands right here. And he says she didn't go after them. Okay? So, that's why he's saying to her, now my daughter, because he's like young, she's young. Okay? And now my daughter, fear not, I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous. That's what we talking about. You got some more? There you go. Doing live study, you now see more characteristics from what's coming inside of the heart of a woman, her virtuousness. You see it right here.
Right. She didn't give it up to the young boys in the field.
As well as that's not just virtuous, but yeah, that's not the only thing.
I understand. Yes. Right.
Listen, you're going to get people.
Yeah, but
you're going to get people starting to cuss and fuss.
When we're teaching, especially people today in the 20th century, that is like probably one of the most prominent things that's out there is fornication and sex. So it's good to know that she didn't do this with the young man, because it's very typical of what people do now.
Look at that young man. Look at that young buck. Look at him.
Even young women, even young men.
Get some of that young thing. Right. Virtuous. But she is virtuous. So you have to look at her character. Why did she do the things that she did in regards to Boaz? Why? Because she understood, I want to be the mate of him, the one that has. And it doesn't even say Boaz was, good looking and fine and all this, whatever they consider that to be, whatever you consider. It doesn't even say that. It doesn't even just describe what he looks like. It describes what he is. It describes his character. A man
keep in mind in chapter 2, no, I think it's chapter 1, she had steadfast of heart there. She was steadfast.
That's
she
what
wanted to stay.
to go with the mother, right? She didn't want to go back. The
Yes,
reason why she
yes.
had that
But
was because of the
But that's
Lord.
where it started, though.
Yes, but it because of the Lord, though. She didn't even see her
Right.
kinsman.
That's the point. Yes.
That's a virtue. That's some virtue, right? That's a
That's
mountain
the
of virtue
point.
right there.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. So Boaz wasn't all, walking around with all his money and looking all fine in the finest clothes. It's just, bless thee, workers. Bless the Lord, bless thee. He wasn't doing all that. He was virtuous man within himself. He had the characteristics. First, he had the Lord in there, in his soul, but not in his soul, but he was following the Lord.
He was being influenced. Yes.
Because back then they could follow. They didn't have the Lord in them, like we can now. All right. And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. I am. Okay. Howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I. He might be testing her again. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning, that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to thee, then will I do the part of a kinsman to thee, as the Lord liveth. Lie down until the morning. Now, I wonder why he wanted that. Who is going to pick her? That's what he's really saying. There's other kinsmen here, so we're going to wait and see. And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. She rose up before everybody else. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Okay? Don't let nobody know this. Also, he said, bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley and laid it on her, and she went into the city. So now she's looking like she's doing some work to hide what had just happened from everyone else. You see, that's why he did that. No one else is up. She got up before everybody else. He says, well, listen, here's what we do. We'll make it look like you're working. Take this into the city, this barley, wrap it up. Take it to the city, look like you're doing some work. Okay, so we don't let nobody else know this. Because he wants to now just let it be known to everybody else. She's available. She's still available. Let's see if one of the other kinsmen is going to take her. That's why he's sending her into the city in the morning. Because in the morning, they rise up early and start they hustling and bustling around. Okay? And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me, for he said to me, go not empty into thy mother-in-law. Then said she, sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. See, now we got to wait. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day. This matter ain't over, baby. He doing something. So what you gonna do is rest. Don't call him on the phone. Don't send him an email. Don't check his Facebook. Don't like none of his stuff. Don't do nothing. He done already set it out there.
Wait.
Now the man done set it out there. Don't run after him. That's what she said. He done already put it out there. He's now I'm gonna tell you from my side, from a man's side, he's putting it out there to see if anybody else comes after her. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
That's the kinsman, yeah.
Right. The other people in the Bethlehem there, because that's their people. That's Naomi's people. So there you go. So now this clears up a lot of stuff that I've already been taught and heard preachings on in regards to Boaz and Ruth here. So this is clearing up a lot. Here's the last one. Here's the final deal. Then went Boaz up to the gate and sat him down there. That's some strange King James English. And can he just say, then Boaz went up to the gate and sat down? Well, you know what I'm saying?
Sat down.
And why couldn't he say that? He said, sat him down. All right. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said, ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. Okay, so I see why it says that. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again, out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise thee, saying, buy it before the inhabitants, and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it beside thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the land of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth, the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing. For to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, and this was a testimony in Israel. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe, and Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are a witness this day, that I have brought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's, and Mahlon's, of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife. Nobody else came and bought the land. Nobody else came and put a stake on Naomi's land now. This is our custom. Nobody else did it. I'm waiting to see. Nobody did it. I'm coming after it. To rise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel, and do thou worthily in Ephratah, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let thy house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which the Lord shall give thee of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife, and he went in unto her. Yes, he did. The Lord gave her conception. Yes, he did. And she bare a son, man-child. And the woman said unto Naomi, blessed be the Lord, which hath not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in all Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life, and a nourisher of thine old age. For thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, hath borne him. And Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the woman, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, there is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez begot Hezron. Hezron begot Ram. Ram begot Aminadab. Aminadab begot Nahshon. And Nahshon begot Salmon. Salmon begot Boaz, and Boaz begot Obed. Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David. There you go. I think Helena's gone. I do believe. And hopefully she'll call back. But that's the end of it right there. You get to see the end. I'm gonna try to call her back. See what that. So maybe she has something to say if she accidentally hung up. Let's see what we got. Yeah, you hung up there or something there. Did you have something else you want to add to this?
No.
They just went down the lineage to the end, so that was it. You ain't got anything to say.
Oh, I did, but when you started doing the lineage, it cleared it up because I think it started at verse 12. Let me go to it real quick, just for the thought of it.
And let thy house be
and
like
let
the
thy
house.
house, be like the house of Perez. So I wanted to understand like the house of Perez, but they cleared it up when you started going through the lineage.
Okay, good deal. Nothing else on this? You ain't got another one? Okay. I thought you might have had something else. Yep.
Well, we can talk about some things now.
Ruth is very important here.
The fact that he now did notice when Boaz presented this situation to the kinsman before him, I understand that he turned it down because of the Moabites. But he didn't see the kinsman before Boaz didn't see what Boaz saw in Ruth. He didn't see none of this. So he just trying to get the land. All he wanted the land and all this. He didn't really care about the woman, Ruth. So when he said, okay, well then, you gotta take Ruth. I just feel like he didn't want to have nothing to do with the Moabites.
No, he did. He did want something to do with her, but he wanted to give.
I didn't see that.
I understand that. You just said that. I understand that. Now I'm telling you what I'm seeing in this. Now, what you ready to do? You ready to do this? I mean, we could do this because I ain't afraid of you.
Go ahead. Tell me tell me what you saw.
She had offered. He saw her offering herself to him. He saw that. But
to Boaz.
Boaz saw that. Yeah, why else was you gonna come down? I done ate. I ain't seen you at all at dinner or nothing. I done come down.
I thought you were talking about the kinsman that he asked.
Yeah, the kinsman.
I thought you were saying that he saw
he's trying to
present herself to Boaz.
No. He didn't. He didn't see it.
Oh,
He's just talking to the
see
kinsman.
that.
He's just talking to the kinsman to see if his other brethren, anybody wants to buy the land of Naomi, because she's got land there left to her because her husband died. So, who wants to, get the land? Because he's going to get the lot in the land. And in the tradition there, when someone of the kinsmen of her husband's does that, she is now under his home, under his, whoever buys it. You see what I'm saying? That's why he says.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and that's why he says in chapter 4 here, well, I will do it. I'll buy it and I'll take it, for Naomi, and I will take Ruth as my wife. Because Naomi is old.
Boaz.
Yeah.
Boaz said that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He offered it.
Yeah,
he let the other guy. He let the other guy.
I get what you're saying.
Try.
I was talking about the kinsman that he offered it to. Boaz already knew that he was going to get this. He presented it to him first because that was the custom.
Right. He was going to let somebody else see, what was going on. Now, the Lord hadn't come down and said, Boaz married a woman. He didn't say nothing like that. He didn't say nothing like that. But I'm just saying, listen, this woman is offering herself to me, but I want to see if somebody's going to go ahead and buy the land of Naomi, because she's under Naomi's home. She's under Naomi's, portion. So I'm going to let them and see. Now, he's a very knowledgeable man there. Now, Boaz is very knowledgeable. So he's saying, okay, well, we're going to see. Well, woman, here's what you do. Don't let nobody know you came in, into the morning. She raises up before anybody else gets up. He hooks her up to say, hey, take this 6 barleys in, to give the impression that she's doing some work, taking it back to her home, Naomi's house. That's where she's under. So she takes it back, and then Naomi's like, oh, so he's sending me a message too by you doing this. Oh, so she told him everything that happened. She tells Naomi everything that happened. She said, just sit down and wait. Just sit down, girl. Just sit down. Let him handle this. Let him handle what he got to handle. Because they got this custom. Kinsman comes along. Hey, anybody considering that land over there in Moab, Naomi's land that she's inherited? Anybody? No, you go ahead. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy it and take it, and I'm going to take Ruth to be my wife. Booyah! I got it. I got that fine, beautiful, and she got that good, strong.
Yeah, that was the whole point. Do it. Yeah,
and now
for him.
Right, and now the lineage shows. Now David is what we getting ready to go into, because I think I haven't read it through, but we're going to see the next. I'm going to start the next book, and when I do, I'll be posting it up ahead of time, let you guys know. But David, so Boaz is his great grandfather. Okay. Boaz is David's great-grandfather, okay? Because Boaz has Obed, and then Obed has, that Jesse is David's father, and that's his grandfather here. This is David's grandfather, and this is his great-grandfather. See that? So they're giving us the lineage to follow through. Yeah.
Now, this is what I need you to do. Go to verse 4, because I understand all that, what you're talking about. That was all towards the kinsman Boaz. Go into verse 4 and look up.
And I thought to advertise these saying, okay. What's the word? What's the word?
Chapter 4, verse 6.
6.
Mar.
Yeah. Kim said, I redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. So he's going to forfeit or something of that nature, or give up.
Strong's H, 7843.
Corrupt.
Shachath.
Let's go to Ruth. Let's go there. And let's see. Ruth 4:6. Okay, it says spoil, ruin. Spoil, ruin. Mm-hmm. Accusative crop. All right. Vessels, houses, palaces. All right. So that's what it is. There it is. That's it. So he's going to spoil or ruin his own by taking this one, is what he said. That's the reason why he didn't want to buy it. Uh-huh.
Now, verse 5, this is how I saw it. He said, Then said Boaz, What day thou buyest the field unto the hand of Naomi? Thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
Inheritance, right. Yeah, she inherited
it.
Then, because the husband's died.
So then he, right, I'm saying that, dead men, okay? So now, he said, the kinsman, I cannot redeem it for myself. At least I ruined my own inheritance.
Okay, cool, I'm going to do it. Because he tells him, redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Mm-hmm. And
he gave it to Boaz.
Boaz says, cool, I'm going to redeem it.
Yeah. Boaz already, remember when Ruth told her mother-in-law what happened, and she told her to sit down. This thing ain't over with yet.
That's right.
Boaz already knew what was going to happen, knew what was going on. That's why he introduced it to him.
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that he already knew.
That's how I understand it.
I know, that's how you're interpreting. Yes, I understand.
Some of it around just should be common sense. But
it's not common sense, I'm going by the scripture. I'm just studying out the scripture to see what happened.
I'm going by the scripture.
That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
You got her.
Ain't nobody scared of you. Ain't nobody scared of you.
It's on. Okay?
It didn't say that there, but he was a man of knowledge, so he said, "Hey,
It didn't have to say it. It said it all in the scripture. What happened?
I know it did exactly.
And what happened was Boaz.
It did. And Boaz said, "Hey, I'm going to let. I am going to allow."
And guess what? The influence of God the Father was in that.
It doesn't even say that it was, but he said,
I saw that in verse 1.
By tradition.
Just like you said, God didn't have to tell him,
let me know.
Take this deed out for your wife.
Me know when you're done.
He didn't have to say that.
Let me know when you're done. Okay.
I'm finished. Go ahead.
Okay, now, so therefore, he decided within himself, it doesn't say anything that the Lord influenced him to do it. It says he decided to say, hey, I'm going to let the kinsmen first. I'm going to let them, just like he did when he first saw her. He saw her in the field gleaning. After he saw her, he still says, hey, let her go ahead and continue on to see if somebody would, you see what I'm saying? He did it, letting see if someone else, or see if she would make herself available to someone out there working in the field, the young men. So he says, now we got a bigger matter. This woman is giving herself to me. She's presenting herself to me. So let me do this because of the situation that Naomi is a widow of our kinsmen who have died and had land. They have given her an inheritance of land. So by our tradition, he did everything correctly by the book. He didn't swindle it out. He didn't, do something, he went and did it correctly like he should have. And that's a good deal. That's a good deal. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Now, I do see the importance here that he follows the Lord, but I don't see any detail that the Lord told him to marry her. I don't see that. But I do see how important this and significant they are to the lineage of David.
Well,
that's what I'm seeing right now.
I understand that from verse 11.
I
the
understand.
Influence that
Keep
God
looking.
the Father had in
Let's
this
take a
whole
look.
thing from the beginning.
And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. This is what they're saying. The Lord make the woman that is come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel, and do thou worthily in Ephratah, I want to say, and be famous in Bethlehem. That's what they said. He didn't say that. They said it. That's all I'm saying.
God. Okay. Okay. It's okay.
I'm just going by what the scripture's saying.
How you see it, and I understand how I understand it.
I know you
so
do,
I
and I
this.
agree with that.
I get this.
I agree with it. I agree with what you said.
I get this.
It's very possible.
This is a very spiritual thing. Just because it's old covenant don't mean it's not spiritual.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Get this.
If you're dealing with the Lord, it's spirit. That's the highest of the high.
Yeah, okay. So this thing right here is wide open.
Why do you have to overtalk me? Right why you keep trying to overtalk me? I understand that. You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
I'm not trying to.
You are. I didn't say it. I didn't heard you say that over and over and over.
Let me say this. When I'm talking, what I'm hearing in my microphone is the words cutting in and out.
Right.
And it's been doing that since chapter 1.
Okay.
So I'm not really hearing the whole thing that you're saying.
Okay.
Because it's constantly cutting in and out. So when the phone, when it hung up, I thought it crashed.
Right. Okay. You did. No.
Because it was right at the end of the verse. And I said, wow, we got it.
Yeah, your cell service went.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Now, I'm not trying to overtalk you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you keep repeating the same point, and I said I understand that. I truly understand.
Okay, my bad. I won't say nothing else. Go ahead. You got it.
I'm just saying, he's a follower of the Lord. He's a man of God. He's a virtuous man. I understand the Father's influence there. All I'm saying is that the scripture didn't say that the Lord actually influenced him to do it. He's already been able to see that she's a virtuous woman. He said that.
I didn't say the scripture said it. I said that's where I got it from.
I understand.
From verse 11.
Okay.
That's where I got the understanding.
I understand
that he was involved in the influence of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I understand it from when he talked about being a man of the Lord, being a virtuous man. I understood that right there, because you're not a virtuous man or woman, for those that are listening, until you're in the Father's purpose. You're not a virtuous man or woman until, I like to admit myself, I was not a man until he gave me his spirit. I was not a man. That's my understanding for me. And I realized that. I was not a man until he gave me his spirit. And, I give him the glory for it. Thank you for making me a man. I appreciate it. Believe me. Okay, so for those that are wanting to be virtuous, that's what you need. You got to be in alignment with his purpose. You got to be in covenant with the God the Father. There's only one way to do it. You need to have his spirit in you. Crave it. That's the simplest thing that they don't want to tell you. They want you caught up in your works, who you are, your significance, and their religious this and that, and all their different ways of doing stuff, and all these jumping off all into all different kind of stuff. And the Lord has already come and told us it is one thing that the Father will, how much more will He give His Spirit to them that ask Him, His Holy Spirit.
What about work?
They got all kind of works. You do this, God will do that. You do this, that means you got to do this work to get God to react to you. That kind of stuff. This is what you got to do. Jesus says you need to crave the Spirit of the Father, because we're all sinners and we're all equal in His eyes. Period. And they got all these works out there that you're supposed to do, all these sermons, all these different study teachings of virtuous women, all these social media videos, meetings, and all this other stuff to be a virtuous woman. Listen, God will make you virtuous. You understand what I'm saying? God will make you a virtuous person. He will do it. This is where this is coming from. This is all written from people that are influenced by the Lord God and submitted to Him. Don't go with the world's or religion's virtuous woman. You go with what God, and the only way you can get it is have His Spirit in you. Because in Romans 8, it'll tell you, if you do not have the Spirit of God, if the Spirit of Christ is not in you, you are none of His. So this is what you need to do. That's the bottom line. And we got Ruth recognizing, hey, their God gave them bread. Let me find out about this God. Let me find out about this. This God gave them bread? What God do I know that have ever done that to for their people? None. Let me go find out about this God. Let me stick with Naomi here. Our husbands have died. So she goes. Boaz is already astute in the Lord, already submitted to God in the covenant that he could submit to Him in at that time. As you can see, he's a virtuous man, walking out, blessing his workers. Okay, and they in turn bless him back. Running his business, got things going on. All right, he's got it going on. He's strong, older man, more mature. He's mature, strong character, virtuous. Okay, so you got them lined up there. They're lining up. Even though Ruth is not even a Hebrew Israelite. You get that? She's not even an Israelite, and she's got the understanding to let me go with them. Their God is giving them bread. That's a loving God. What? That's a caring God right there. No God of destruction and damnation. He's a caring God. Let me go check this out. She gets there and listens to her mother, who is by marriage, Hebrew Israelite, Naomi. Her husband was, or she probably is too, in the same, 12 tribes. They married, each other's tribe. That, you know what I'm saying? So she listens. She listens and follows. You see that? Instruction on how can I be chosen by this man of God? So virtuous, she's not looking at the young man. She's young herself. He's talking about my daughter. You see? Hey, that's a serious deal. But I thank you for the telling. I love to study. I love it when you get a little fire on you, like you do, like right here. I love that. I love it. Are you there? I hope I didn't run you off.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go. Oh, there you go. I thought I was about to say some stuff.
I just don't want to overtalk you because
I was about to say some
stuff.
Like,
I really can't hear every single word you're saying.
Are you at home?
Cut in and out.
You're at home right now?
Yeah.
Because you came through clear the whole thing. Your phone didn't break up or nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, what I hear through the earplugs, is like it's cutting in and out constantly. So
sorry about that.
Right now I know you stopped, so I can speak without you thinking I'm trying to overtalk you. But this was a really good study. I liked it.
I like when you get a little fire up on you. I
heard you say something about there was different studies of the virtuous woman. I haven't heard many studies on
about
Ruth,
this. There you go.
But I understand that, especially today, that people different pastors and different religious people take a phrase, the virtuous one, and the Boaz, like, and they make their own interpretations and doctrines
Right.
out, and they do it. They do it out of from Genesis to Revelation. So I do understand that people do mess it up that way, but I just haven't heard a lot of them about the virtuous woman.
Right. Yeah, they like to do the Proverbs 31. That's what they like to do. They like to stick in there. Mm-hmm. But we did it. We got live study on it right here. We see.
I love to go by the context though. It's so much better when you go by the context.
And we see the virtuous man. We see that also. We see that. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, he's the one to make you virtuous, man. So I'm looking for some comments. I don't see none. Nobody's saying anything. But that's okay. Let's see here. Let's see. No, nobody said nothing. Well, I want to thank you guys for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. Truly, I do.
I did have a question.
Let's go. What you got? Let's go back.
When Ruth told Boaz to put was it her skirt? No, his skirt over her.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, do you understand the history of that, about that?
Well, let's take a look.
Because I'm trying to figure out, what did he have on the loan? Is it like a physical dress? I don't get that part.
Yeah, they're not wearing pants. They're not wearing pants. Yeah, I'm sure. Back then, put your Levi's over me.
Right.
Now, okay. Let's see what it is.
Strong's H3671. Kanaf.
It says wing, extremity, hedge, winged, border, corners, shirt, wing, extremity, skirt, corner of garment. Let's see. Our Strong's is basically saying the same deal. That's bird, wing, flap, okay, quarter, building, pinnacle, bird, border,
so it must have been long, like it's something that he could just put it over where she was laying. Okay, I was just trying to picture what it was he put over her.
Right.
And for him to say, "Oh, you are truly a virtuous woman."
Right. Now that's this is Aramaic, okay, right here. And it says figurative for attached himself to the party of his Lord. All right. That's in Zechariah. Let's see. Get some more. Some Ethiopic right here. Look at there. That's the first time I've ever seen Ethiopic.
There you go.
Yeah. Assyrian, Kapu, absolute, construct, okay. Ruth, okay. But so there you go. Some type of extremity of his garment or something I would understand. Not his body or whatever. So
yeah, I get it. It was a long extra piece of material.
Yeah, I can see. Cover me, cover me with thine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cover me here in this cold night. Garment of garment, skirt, corner, or loose flowing end. I can see that. Figurative as protector of his people. Ruth 2:12. I see that. So yeah, because she took it off his feet, I think. Right? She laid. Let me see what he said.
Oh yeah, she uncovered his feet.
And uncovered his feet. Yep, and laid her down. And so maybe she meant to take that covering and put it over. Maybe that was what it's talking about. So there you go. So there you go. Good deal. What else you got? You got some more? Come on. Ain't nobody else saying anything? Anything else? Any other questions? Anything? Let's look it up. Let's study it. Live study. Anything else you got? I think maybe. Can you hear me clear now? Maybe I need to get closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it breaking up? Am I breaking up at all?
No, right now.
Okay.
Not right now.
I probably need to get closer to the mic, because if I get louder, I just come back off the mic so it won't be so loud in people's ears. But anyway, hopefully everything was good. You guys enjoyed it, and we're coming back, man. What's our next book? Let me see, because I don't even know the books by order. But let's see. It is going to be Samuel, because I told you it was going into David. So we're going into Samuel.
I love the book of Samuel. From Samuel all the way on. Oh man, my favorite. 1
Samuel. Yeah, we're going to do that next. I'll let you guys know when. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. This is live study. No money, no tithing, no seed sowing, none of that here. No super chats. This is live. study online with the Greek and Hebrew definitions. We'll see you next time.
Please allow us to extend our deepest thanks, our humblest appreciation, our greatest gratitude for your fellowship here with us, sharing the letter of the gospel, the ancient definitions of Scripture. This is Understanding the Bible.